Hey y'all, I'm back. I wanted to show you a real quick ending to this little piece that I've worked on. This is the one that they give as the first example that you'll tat in this book on tatting. And again, I'll put the link down below so that you can find it on Amazon. It's an affiliate link, so I'll put that down below. And it should take you directly to the page for the book that includes the needles. So the last part of this little pattern here calls for a 7th ring. I've already done 6 of them, and a 7th chain, and I've already done 6 of them, so I'm going to be doing 1 more of each. When I'm at the end of a piece of, I'll call this a motif, this particular one is going to attach on a picot. Those little ears attach all the way around. So using my common sense and looking at the pattern, I can tell that this next ring is going to be a different one than I've done before. I have to attach it in 2 spots so that my final ring that will go right here will attach onto those 2 picots. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to follow the pattern and do 2 double stitches. And I'm trying to keep it flat so you can see it, but it is hard to work that way. Let me lift it just a little. And then a picot. So I'll put my finger there to make the picot. And push it down. I have a picot in the second spot right here that actually will be the picot that goes into this. So I'm going to join the ring that I'm working on, where the second picot would go, to this one on the previous ring. Once that's joined, I do 2 more double stitches, 1 picot, so I've got my finger there to make that, 2 more double stitches, and now I'm on the picot that is going to join on this side. And so now I'm going to join that one. When I join, I push all the work up toward that tip of the needle so that the tip of the needle can easily slide down and through and gather that thread up and through that picot. Then I'm going to do the double stitches, making sure they all lay flat. That one I happened to pull a little wonky, didn't I? And then the last picot of double stitches behind it, which are 2. 1, 2. Okay, so there's 1, 2 is the join, 3, 4 is joined, and 5. I've got the 5 picots and the double stitches on both sides. This is a ring, so I'm going to push the needle up and through, pulling it gently so that I don't knot it, which I'm really good at. And this loop that I'm making at the very end, I'm going to come up from the bottom, push the needle through that, and pull it all, as I hold it, into this flat ring. And as you can see, that has now joined all the rings all the way around. We'll turn my work, reverse the work it says, making the X here and then coming up underneath and making a knot. Now I have 1 more chain to finish. This chain is made up of 3 double stitches and 3 picots. There's 1, 2, 3 double stitches, picot, my little space, 1, 2, 3 double stitches, picot number 2, 1, 2, 3 double stitches, picot number 3, finished off by 3 double stitches. 1, 2, and 3. This is a chain. Because I'm finishing the piece with this chain, it needs to attach to the base of that ring so that all the chains will loop around. All I have to do, since it's a chain, is just pull my thread straight through. I'm going to push my needle up through the bottom of this ring in between the stitching there, and pull it tight so that that ring will lay flat. I'm going to reverse my work, put the needle up through the bottom, and tie that last knot, making sure that it's firm all the way through that. And that's that little motif, following the directions in that book. I made a mistake earlier, so I did have to, take a part out. That's because I didn't count what I was doing. I was thinking I could do it just real quick, but I wasn't really paying attention. So it probably took me about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes at the most because of the mistake to work it all out and make it. But anyway, it was very quick and easy, but I am experienced with tatting. If you are able to do this much, you are off and running. The hardest part of tatting to me is getting things knotted and having to stop and undo a knot on the thread. And then sometimes it's difficult for me to read some of the directions I use, only because I use old directions that are not made for needle tatting. I have to go through and I write out on a sticky note my own series of directions. And I prefer to do it that way. But anyway, if you're interested in needle tatting, this is a really good start. The book again is called Learn Needle Tatting Step by Step, and it is by Barbara Foster in Handy Hands Tatting. It is available a number of places. I've been looking it up, and again, I'll put the affiliate link for Amazon down below. If you're interested in tatting, I hope this has at least given you an idea of how easy it can be. Real quick before we stop, I want to show you how I end my stitching. Pardon me. Because I have knots here, and when I clip this off, I'm going to have these tails hanging off. We want to hide those. I usually work from behind. And I'll take the thread that is attached to the needle at this point, and I want to bury this thread. So I'm going to come backwards up through some of these stitches, and then just very gently, in fact, I need to watch out. I need to close that knot totally since it's the last one. I forgot about that, y'all. Close that knot. I only showed you half a knot, and it really needs the entire thing. I was not thinking. I almost undid the whole thing just then. Okay. Now I can go on the back of the work and go through some of the stitching that I made on those double chains. I'm going under the double chains. I'm going to go about 4 or 5 of those double chains, and then push the needle all the way through so that the thread on my end goes up and through. And then very carefully, please understand it when I say very carefully, because I know otherwise I've done it the wrong way and clipped something I shouldn't have. Clip that thread, give it a little wiggle, and it's buried under there. Then when you clip your thread on the other side, this is a reason also that I keep a shorter needle handy. This one's kind of thick though. I don't like the way that works. So I'm going to come back to my tatting needle. I'm going to just pull it off the thread I clipped and stick it on this one. If you have a shorter needle, it is very handy at this point to use a shorter one. Now I'm going to pick a different chain or even a ring to finish this one off with. I think I'll go down on this direction since it's closest. And I'm going to bury this thread underneath the double chains, going in, hopefully. Since I'm on camera, this may not work. Seems like I never get anything right the first time on camera. Or without my readers, because I cannot see very well. Oh, I hope I'm getting it. The work is pretty sturdy too, by the way. You, at this point, can't really do a lot of mess up to it. So don't be afraid of it. Okay, there that goes. And I'm going to just pull that one straight through and then clip it so that I don't clip anything but the tail. And just kind of feed that in there. And there you have a finished piece. You can't see a beginning, you can't see an ending. It looks like it's all continuous. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's just a real quick tutorial just to whet your appetite. If you're interested in tatting, check on the internet too. There are a lot of excellent directions that women have done that are, and men too, who are much more qualified at teaching tatting than me. But if you're interested in learning how to tat and you don't necessarily want to use the whatever those are called, the old-fashioned tatting shuttle, that's the word, and you want to give it a try with a needle, I encourage you to try that. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all very much, and if you're interested and have any questions, you can ask. I hope I can answer your questions. That's sometimes the hardest part about things like this. I just know what little I know, and usually that gets me in trouble. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care. Bye.